Hey, welcome. I'm back, and we are going to, I am going to draw just a couple of shadows so you can get the idea as to what step number 10 is relating to. It says get the pen tool out of the toolbox, P, pen tool, and then set the fill color to black. It says up in the control panel, you can do it either at the bottom of the toolbox or at the control panel. I'm going to set it to black. And then you are to draw some shapes at the bottom of the letters that conform to the contour somewhat, as well as there will be shadows, as these will be shadows. And then once all the shapes are done, choose the selection tool and shift-click each shadow area to select them. You want to open the transparency panel and lower the opacity to 50%, and then you put the shapes behind the letter forms. So we're here, we have the pen tool. All right, so I'm going to do one. So I have this dark shape completed, and then we want to go to the transparency panel. So I'm going to go to Window and down to Transparency. I'm going to lower the opacity of that to 50%. And now that I have it still selected, I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, and Send to the back. And that's how it makes it look as though these letter forms have a shadow. I'll pull this back just a little bit. And I'm going to get the direct selection tool because I want to manipulate that handle a little bit to make that a little bit smaller of a curve. See if I can do that. And we're going to change it to 50%. We're going to do Object Arrange, Send to the back. And then you can do the same with these for the remainder of the letter forms. So for example, here I would probably do it in two separate shapes rather than one full one. I don't know. Well, let's try it and see what it looks like. Let's go here. Oh, that was dumb. Let's try that again. Okay, we're going to get that and we're going to change that to black. Let me get the pen tool. I also had a black stroke going on. I don't know if that's necessary for all of them, but we'll try it. Get the pen tool. I'm going to change the transparency to 50%. And then do Object, Arrange, and Send to the back. Oh, first you have to have that selected. With the selection tool, make sure you select it with the selection tool. Do Object, Arrange, and Send to the back. And see, that went a little bit further back than what I wanted it to go, so I'm going to do Object, Arrange, and Send backward. It's because I have the wrong thing selected. Okay, let's select this and do Object, Arrange, and Send Backward. So it gives it a little bit of an appearance of being a shadow. See, I don't like that right there. I probably, again, would do two separate shapes because I think that looks a little funny. So I'm going to allow you to do the rest of those on your own. Take a look at the shapes and identify them, and then draw the shadow underneath or at the bottom of the letter form. Again, change the transparency to 50% and then do Object Arrange and send to the back. All right. So now we're going to go back to the colored splats we created earlier, and we're going to make it appear as if some of the colors splashed up onto the letters. So with the text still selected, we're going to open the Appearance panel. So you're going to go up under Window and down to Appearance. And we're going to click on the 3D Extrude and Bevel. And you'll see that brings up this box. And we are going to click on the Map Art button to open the Map Art dialog box. And we're going to, the current surface indicated by a red outline on the art itself. So I'm going to move this so we can see this. I'm not sure if this is going to allow me to move it. All right, I'm going to cancel out of here. Well, first I'm going to cancel out of here. Then I'm going to cancel here. I'm going to try to make this so that you can actually see this. Move this over here. Map Art. We're going to move this over here. And then let's see if we can move it someplace where it can actually see. All right, so that the red surface, the current surface is indicated by a red outline on the top on the art itself. And to get the front face of the letter, and we're looking for the front face of the letter R, we're going to, is that what I had in there, or L? L. We're going to toggle through this. Oh my gosh, okay, here we go. And since you can't see where we are here, we can't really tell whether or not it's selected. I'm going to hope it's selected. And then once you have it, so I'll show you the process. So we're assuming that this is the front of the L. You know, you have several surfaces in the 3D, so I'm not sure if it's the inside front of it or if it's the actual front of it. And because I can't do anything without that beep, okay, fine. Just going to cancel out of here. What you would next do is look for the symbol. I think that's right above the green symbol. And if the graphic comes in really big, you're going to click the Scale to Fit button at the bottom of the menu, which we can't see yet. And then I'm going to click Preview. And we're going to click OK to see if that actually worked. Which it did. All right, so again, letters or forms are still selected. We are going to go back up and click on 3D Extrude and Bevel. and we're going to go to Map Art, and we are going to go to the next surface, which would be the front of the O, right? And then we are going to click on, that's green again. Going to go back to the symbol and pick on the green symbol. And we're going to scale it to fit. And then we're going to click OK. And click OK. And I must not have had the front of that, so you'll see that's what happens. If you don't have the front of it, it will not show on the letter form like we want it to. So L was good, but now we need to get to O. If you can hear that little buzz or whirl in the background, that's my fan. I don't know if it's going to let me do this again. I'm sure it will. Because it's getting really hot here. I'm not sure again how your weather is, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to put none here. Okay, let's try that. And you'll see how that clicked on that, so we see that that is actually the front of the letter form. We're going to again do the green symbol. We're going to preview it, and we're going to scale to fit, and then we're going to click OK. And click OK again. So the trickiest part is making sure that you have the front face of the 3D letter form selected. But that's how you do the tutorial. Have fun with it. I noticed one or two of you already have it turned in, but for those of you that would like another video on it, here it is. And again, this is not due until Sunday the 9th at midnight. Not today, not yesterday, but Sunday the 9th. Okay, great. Thanks a lot, guys, and I will be back in a little bit to talk about more perspective.